All right, let's take a look on the map screen. There's a couple of different things that you can do on the map screen as far as your dog setup that allows you to see what's going on the map screen. Depending on the number of dogs you're running, things can get really crowded on the map screen. And so you have the ability to turn on and off some settings on the map screen as far as telling you what where the dog is, what he's doing, what his name is. Right now, I've got all this turned off. Let's go in here and talk about how to turn it back on. So on the map, you select the menu, and you go to Map Setup, and then you go to Tracked Devices. And first we're going to do Show Off-Screen Dogs. All right, so that is on. So what this does, right now I have two dogs on the map. One of them's running and one of them's treed. And so, but they're both on the map and I'm zoomed out far enough where I can see both of them. But if I'm zooming in, all right, and they just both appeared there, you can see these little tabs show up when the dog is off screen. That way, if you have a dog that's really stretched out and you have one that's close, you're going to know where he is without having to zoom all the way out. That's great, especially if you're running multiple dogs and you're just trying to keep up with everybody. That's a real easy way to do it. All right. The next thing, track device setup. On the dog display, you have three different things here that you can do. We're going to turn on one at a time and show you what they look like. So show dog names, turn that on. And then we go back to our map. And you can see right here on the dog, it has green. And then down here on the little tab where he's off screen, it says black. I'll get in here a little closer. I'll stretch out a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so that way I've got the names of both dogs. I don't use the dog names on the map because I use different colors for my dogs, and that way I can tell who's who. And so it's just one less thing to be on the map. But if you're only running one dog and you want it on there, you can put it on there. All right. Back to track device setup, dog display. Show dog distances. Now this can be a little handy. On the compass screen, you're going to see the dog and the distance and his name. You have all that information. But on the map, you don't unless you turn on it on. So we'll go back over here, and now you can see we have the name and we have the dog distance. And then there's the dog, and you can even see right here where it's just getting crowded. I've got it's just a lot of information right there on that one image. And especially if you're using bird's eye, you just got a lot going on there. And so it just makes the screen crowded. Now you may need that information. What's cool about it is that you can turn it on and off in the field. And so it's something that if you're happy with it, great. If you're not, cut it off. All right, and now let's show you the lost dog timer. All right, so you're going to lose signal on a dog at certain points. He's going to stretch out, or you're going to get down in a hole, or he's going to get down in a hole, and you're just going to lose that radio frequency. What the Garmin Alpha does is it marks that location so that you know where the dog was last. So we're going to turn that on, and then we're going to go back to the map screen. And right now I've got signal on both of my dogs. Let's go find out what happens when I don't. So we have now disabled one of our collars. And it's going to take a second because one of the features of the Alpha is that it doesn't just immediately panic when it loses signal on a dog. All right, so now it has lost signal on the dog, and you can see right here that it's starting to give me a count. What I'll do when that happens to me is that I'll immediately either move to higher ground, or I'm going to start moving in the direction of the dog, and that way I can get closer to him and then we'll pick the signal back up again. But what the lost dog timer does is it tells you how long it's been. That can be really handy, especially if you're a long way from your truck and you've got to get back to your truck. You can just kind of get an idea of what's going on.